Thank you. Yeah,
So
don't
that's
have the
okay. I can do it.
presentation yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. No, I can do it without the presentation. So, like I was saying, in 2013, I went back to my home country of Cameroon. I was actually born in the city, in the city, in the capital, in the middle of the city. To say that even in those, because a lot of people, when we talk about access to clean water, we think about rural area, we think about far off, but even in that city, we also still have that same struggle. A lot of the time, like the water that we even have is not clean at all. So what's really going on? So when I went, I will go back. So when I came back with that image in my mind, I just couldn't think of what can I do. I know I'm not a water engineer. I can't come up with no kind of anything, but I know one thing. I knew that I know how to knock on a door, talk to people, and tell them my vision and tell them what I want to do, and actually getting people buy-in into my idea. So we pretty much, the idea just pretty much started when I came back. I told my friends about the experience, and they was like, "Oh, this is bad." It was like, "Yeah, but we need to like get some money and get get some well bills with everybody." Then I realized one thing, that my friends were just not doing donations. So I had a thing that, but I wasn't giving up. So I came up with another idea. I was like, how about I just put together a party? So we like to party, right? So I would put together a party, and then we could all just come in, party our hearts out, and now, and while we're doing this, we will be actually raising funds for a clean water project in our very first community. So that's how it started my birthday that year, because after doing my research, I realized that that problem was actually bigger than my little community. You know, there were so many people around the world, not just in Africa, that didn't have access to clean water. Of course, in the sub-Saharan Africa was the biggest number that we had. So I decided, I said this year for my birthday, I would put together a party, and I would invite all my friends, tell everybody. Just based on that, we was able to build our very first water well.
Wow.
In Rwanda, yes. So I say, doesn't that sound like a good idea? So it's your birthday next time. You throw a blue party. So our whole concept of Blue Party started. It started with me, then people start having it other places around the area, around the world. I have like 2 of them taking place in Africa itself, so they raise money for the water wells. And so far we have worked in Rwanda, we have worked in Kenya, we have worked in Liberia. I have also opened an office in Cameroon where I am over 40 young ladies. Why did I choose ladies? Because I felt like the water problem really touches women. The reason why women are so behind in Africa is not because they're dumb. It's not because their infrastructure. It's because the water problem. So once we are able to fix that problem, then the younger girls, like the UN say that 3 out of 4 girls living in a community that does not have access to clean water will not finish middle school. And that's not good. That's not good. So we start focusing on that. So I built a team of 40 young girls that I work with on a regular basis. We do online classes whenever they can catch the internet somewhere. I record everything to run different campaigns on water. So now I wish my program would have worked. I will show you some of the great work that they're doing, sensitizing people and raising funds in the community in Africa. It's great that money could come from overseas. It's great that, because everybody should care about this. I'm a firm believer, especially as somebody who's promoting a business in Africa. I'm a firm believer of helping the weakest link in order for all of us to rise to the top. Because there's no way we're going to be on the top and somebody else is way behind it. They will pull us down somewhat, somehow. So I feel like there's a way for me to even help the business world by bringing these communities up to par so that they are able to go to school, to get educated, to get some kind of training, and they are able, so like when these big companies, big businesses go to Africa, because there are resources there and the economy there. If you go do business in Africa, It's very fast. So then we have people that are able to take these jobs and actually run companies because they don't have to worry about not having the basic human life, which is access just simple clean water. So beside that, once I came back, I spoke with a very good friend of mine who lives in New York. I told him about what I've been doing and all the water projects that we have been working with. But we also ran into another problem: water in schools. 50% of schools in Africa in general, in Cameroon, does not have access to clean water or any toilet or anything like that. So that's another battle that we have taken, because again, that affects the attendance. Kids get sick. 60 to 80% of hospital beds are actually occupied with people that are there with waterborne disease, which is not, which is very preventable. All we have to do, anywhere from 5,000 to 12,000, is offer the community access to clean water, and we would eliminate 80% of hospital beds.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
So that is how important water is. And then another aspect, when we also worked in Kenya, I remember when we started a project, there was water in one area, but Kenya is really having a problem with drought. So that's tying it back to climate change. So that was just something that in that project in Kenya, when we worked, it's like we was trying to dig the well and dig, and we couldn't find no water anywhere to give these people water. Then I started thinking about it. I'm like, so a lot of time when you say that, you would think that somebody's problem across the world doesn't relate to you. But we are so connected. You just don't know your decision that you make today, who it affects across the globe somewhere. And also we are so interconnected, because I think we live in a little global family. Like, before you know the stuff that you use, good example, I'm gonna take this because Cameroon does a lot of coffee. The coffee that we drink, the coffee comes here, you don't know where it comes from, you don't know how actually you are connected to this person who are struggling on the other end of the world. So my thing with Go Blue was pretty much to inspire people to take action. We're just providing a platform for anybody, any business, any individual. Because if I would have sat down and was like the problem was too big, I wouldn't have done the little bit that I have done. And another thing I would share was when I started in 2013, when I was doing my research, the water crisis around the world, we had about 1.4 billion people that didn't have access to clean water. Do you know what that number is today? 663. That's almost half of it gone. So, and it took many people coming to place, the government coming into place, just the regular people like me that has nothing to do with water coming to place. Now I'm trying to switch back and forth to French and English. Sorry about that. The different international organization and because of everybody, and the people in Houston has been very great, because all my water project has been funded by the people of Houston. So I just love Houston, and I love the people that live here. So as of like I was saying, I'm traveling back home tomorrow to start working on the next set of projects that we have in place, and I'll be there for about 2 months or something. So, but if you need to know any more information, because I think I touched the most basic, but if you need more information about my organization or anything that you could do to help, you could talk to me, and then we could see, how we could work together. And I want to thank you guys for having me.
Yes, thank you.